What's going on, guys? It's me, Shugashu. We are back with another umamusume video, and in this video, we are just gonna continue with um the League of Heroes. I believe right now, as of right now, it's day 5. As you can see, I got another 10 tickets. Well, it makes sense, right? Because I actually did sit here for a bit and wondered, did I miss a day? Which I don't think I did. Because obviously I'd use the first 5 tickets on the first day. In the middle of the first day. Because I at the time I'm recording, it's like almost 12 hours since it's been out or updated or resetted. So about 10 hours, I would say, I guess. So I did that, and then day 2 and day 3. Day 2 started Friday night, and then Saturday night was the beginning of day 3. But then I recorded day 3 because I had another 10 tickets, right? On Sunday morning. And I should have another 10 right now, which makes sense for day 5. Because I did one set of 5 and then a set of 2. And then I did 10 tickets. And then another 10 tickets. Like Sunday night was day 4. But I obviously recorded up to day 3 for Monday's video yesterday. And then Monday night was day 5. So I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay and I didn't miss a thing. So tonight should be the day 6. So tomorrow should be the last League of Heroes video. And then Thursday we can start I believe it's a few days before the start of the half anniversary. I think that's usually the case. Because, well, it'll be the end of the League of Heroes for the normal part, but it's going to be like another day or 2, I think, because of the extra stage. And then a timeout, or I think just a day, and then after that, a few days before the half annie, which I think will be next Monday or this Sunday. I think. I'm not sure. I forgot what day it is on the countdown, but it is what it is. Can I see the countdown if I go to the main screen? Do we? I am in the middle of training. No countdown in the. What does not do that? Actually, I might be able to see it. Did I click? I might be able to see it on the news. Might. On how far like day 1 would be. Oh, what's this actually? I mean, it does say the League of Heroes ends on the 20. Well, for me, the 22nd. Oh. It ends on the 22nd. It makes me wonder when the second part starts for the half annie. Yeah, I'm just gonna load up the races while we go on. Wait, did I see that? Okay, I thought it. Huh, it doesn't say when the next part is. So I guess we'll just have to wait. We might go through all 10 tickets today. Might. If not, oh, we might. Yeah, we probably will. If not tomorrow, we'll go 10 tickets. I guess depending on how long it takes me to go over the comments. But before we do jump into the comments, and well, I already started the race in the background. If you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. But tonight should be NTE. So Zonko gets released and the new story. So that means tomorrow, aside from League of Heroes, you should get NTE. Zonko pulls, and then I'll see if I can get the story out tomorrow. The reason being is tomorrow night should be Wua. So it's back to back on new stories. And then Sigrid gets released also. Let me double check that. Was that tonight? Or was that this morning? That's not tonight, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow morning. Makes sense, yeah, makes sense. Because usually... Yeah, that makes sense. It's usually how it is. It's Tuesday, Wednesday. For... Zenless, if I'm not mistaken. Wua changed to Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know if they did that on purpose, but they used to be like the same time as Zenless and all the other games. But now all of them have kind of just either will somehow align on the same day or week, or they're like a week or so off. It is what it is. I'm not really complaining. Like how next week we have... Well, not next week is Star Rail, but don't really cover Star Rail. Genshin just updated also like last week. I think that's pretty much it, because Enfield should be in 2 weeks as of right now. And I think that's pretty much it. And speaking about Star Rail, I did it. I've fully caught up. I have fully caught up. Well, as you know from yesterday's video, I did finish 4.4 main story, and yesterday... Oh no. Right on yesterday's video, I talked about doing 4.4, and then I do remember I did 4.4 on Saturday. No wonder I talked about it on yesterday's video, which I recorded on Sunday. On Sunday, I did finish and caught up with the Star Rail collab. Star Rail collab. Imagine Star Rail collabing with Stardust. The Fate collab story, which honestly, I don't mind it. I think it's because I like Fate as the series or the series itself, so I don't mind it. But it was nice in my opinion. I just don't like how for whatever reason Hoyo just didn't, I guess, talk to the English VAs. So it's kind of just just like the first collab, I kind of just went to JP just to kind of just enjoy it myself. Other than that, it was just fun to see fake characters in Star Rail. It is what it is. I also yesterday pretty much, besides finishing up on the events events. Yesterday I finally started catching up with Genshin, which I do need to kind of speed up a bit because there's an event that ends in like 5 days. So yeah, I need to catch up and do what I can, because I did finish one act, but I don't remember how far behind I really am, if I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I don't know how far I really am. So, yeah, I need to at least at this point try to get one act done per day before the end of the 5 days, maybe. If not, maybe try and push more. I don't know how exactly far behind I am, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I think after this, I'll not do it. Even though I think I said the same thing with Star Rail, because I think I was behind during. I think I was behind during Euphorius, because I got busy with the other stuff. And Euphorius was worse because obviously those stories were like averaging 7, I guess 6 to 8 hours. I would say, from what I remember off the top of my head. But then again, I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. But other than that, yeah, just need to catch up with Genshin. As I also try to finish up or keep up with was it this week? NT and with the new stories. Gotta record them. Those two will take priority before I go back to Genshin. And that's pretty much it. So, I don't think there's anything else. Cause global for Pretty Derby, I mean, I think it's just back to normal. We're just training for the CM mile distance, I believe. And then here in JP, we're just finishing off. Tomorrow, most likely, is the last day of the League of Heroes, if I'm not mistaken. From what I said earlier in the video. And then on Thursday, we just go back to, I guess, just training for the next one, which is, I forgot. Let me go double check. Was it mile distance? Yeah, it's mile distance. So I guess I'll be training for mile distance for both JP and global. Which, does that make sense at this point? That they're kind of aligning? Well, when it comes to their events, I guess. Just minus the fact that global doesn't have the League of Heroes yet. But it is what it is. But it is what it is. But after that, I have refreshed the comments, and now I'm gonna start going over it. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I think Kazuki, on his one comment alone where he kept adding replies, just matches up with nearly all of Nova's comments, which is hilarious. But from what I see here is basically his reasoning for being or not playing Wuwa anymore. It's, I don't know if I'll go over the whole thing. I don't know if I'll go over the whole thing. But I might as well just get started now, just to see. We do have 8 tickets, so we'll see. Well, let me answer this first one first. It says, by the way, I have a question. Is day 6 of League of Heroes right now gonna be on the 20th or the 19th? It should be tonight, which is technically the 19th, and when it updates in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. But for me, it's tonight. We're talking about the day 6, like I mentioned earlier. Because right now it should be day 5. So yeah. Plus, if you're wondering about the dates, you just pretty much, if you just look at what I do, because of what I do is, it says a release normally around the 14th. Oh, well, not the 14th. Well, for the beginning of the League of Heroes, it said the 14th at around noon. For me, that's around 7 to 8 p.m. on the 13th, so the night prior. At least that's how I remember it. So, uh, I guess if I didn't just go through all that, making sure that I didn't miss a day in the beginning of this video, I could have just went the 13th and then just add 6 days to it, which would be the 19th, which kind of checks off if tonight is the last day, the beginning of the last day. So there you go. Uma 5.5 is right off the corner. Daring Tech is in serious position. Her VA is not an Apocalypse guest. Epiphania is one of the candidates for 5.5. I'll be honest, if her VA is not there, I don't think she'll be there in the 5.5. So I don't know what puts her in a serious position. At least that's usually the case. Usually it has to be one of the VAs present normally, if I remember correctly from how it normally was in the past. So if Daring Tech's VA is not there, then I don't think she's gonna be the 5.5. And then the next comments would pretty much be Kazuki's reasons. There's a lot of reasons, because there's no way you would have done 10 plus replies just to explain yourself. It says, well, I did enjoy the game Wuwa, but yeah, I just got burnt out. Sometimes I played it with my IRL classmates and it was fun playing with them. I never really enjoyed. Well, I didn't see the enjoyment of going into other people's worlds, only because I didn't treat it that way. Like in Genshin, I probably only did it a few times, only to get some materials from my brother's world, because he had already gotten the materials. Other than that, I don't really do any of that stuff. I haven't done it once in Wuwa. Especially the story, I was waiting when the new update drops and always watching the live stream, getting hype over it. Fair enough. The holograms stressed the crap out of me, since at first I was learning the attack patterns of every boss I soloed using one character. That's on you. That's what's it called? That's some Dark Souls stuff, or that's something I can't even imagine doing, because, well, I can't even beat it with 3 characters. Also the echo farming stressed me out, because sometimes I'm getting unlucky rubber ducky, but sometimes I'm getting lucky. That's this is literally like the whole Uma thing. It's RNG. You can get mad at RNG, but that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, especially for me going into Wuwa. I guess this was right before Zenless, because they were like a month or 2 gap from each other. But being used to basically the artifacts and relics that was being built from like Star Rail and Genshin prior, it didn't feel it didn't feel like a hassle to me at all. Honestly speaking, out of those, I guess the 4, because I do Zenless now, or there's Zenless. Or I guess even I guess NT doesn't. I don't know. NT is kind of the same. It just doesn't. I guess I could add NT in there. But out of all of them, to me, Genshin is the one where I have the worst luck when it comes to fixing the gear. Because I don't know, just something. It just feels like the one that I have the worst luck in when it comes to, or the worst RNG in when it comes to making the artifacts, relics, echoes, whatever you want to call it, in all these games. There's a part of me that I want to go back after seeing Chisa and Linnea's swimsuit. And then Kazuki's words. Holy hot, both of them, both the neat black hair Hime cut and blonde black hair Gyaru types of characters that I love the most. But yeah, I'm too focused on winning and getting the CM and League of Heroes plat badge on Uma JP. Dang, this looks... I once quit back in 1.0, day one player. Just last a week, since I'm lazy to learn the mechanics of the game. But still find the game beautiful and refreshing, and yeah, I was still, I guess, on Hoyo Hills back then. I tried it out of curiosity if it's better than Genshin. I mean, to be fair, I didn't see a... If you played Genshin, you shouldn't have had a hard time playing in the beginning of WoW, because essentially it feels the same. The only difference was there's actually a dodge animation. Where in Genshin you just dash and hope you dodge the attack, right? At least to me it seems like it works that way. And then in WoW you just dodge. You actually get the dodge animation. So, and there's parries also. So in my eyes, I kind of already preferred WoW's combat off the rip when I first played WoW. I came back to the game, I think, after... Oh, was it Shangli Yao? Shangli Yao? What's his name? If my memory serves me right. I think that would have been around the time of Zezha and him during the Moon Festival, I believe. Then quit again and came back again, I think in November 2024. Did every single main story quest from 1.0 catch up in no time. Even the companion quests, side quests, and world quests. Exploration 100% all the maps. From 1.x to 3.1 maps. Achievements not 100%, but 80 plus for all the 4 sections. 2024. 3.1 was... So from 2024 until I guess 3.1 was when you stayed. Echo farming is one of the reasons I got burnt out of the game. It feels like doing chores, and my echo storage always full. Like I got pissed every time it gets full. Oh, this is why I go back to Nova's comments about echo. Why I don't echo farm all the time is because it would get full for whatever reason. But I would assume if you were echo farming, you should have just had a constant loop of recycling it, because you're using... I'm assuming you're using your echoes. And if you're... And then obviously you would just put them in a data bank, and if you really want to just clear up some space. But I didn't really have an issue with the whole echo artifact relic system, because I just got used to it. I mean, it's literally... Echo farming is literally part of the dailies if you really wanted to use it for dailies. As in your stamina for dailies, so that didn't really bother me. It didn't really bother me if it was something that was a part of the dailies. Plus, it's, like I said, something I was used to. Also, getting curious of what the story's like now. I already got spoiled on Facebook that... let's just put it this way. That's what happens when you just stop playing the game and you're on social media. You'll eventually get spoiled. You'll eventually get spoiled. And don't say Grand Architect is a waifu just yet, because we still don't know. That's why I keep telling Nova it's still a 50-50. But that alone gives Nova hope. And I don't know how Hiyuki acts like a mother to Chisa and Imeth because one, I'm gonna just say it. I don't think I've ever seen Hiyuki interact with Imeth or Chisa in the story. Just saying. Just saying. Chisa appeared on Chisa's moments. That's why I called her an NPC. That's why Nova was making fun of her, saying Chisa jump scares. Because she did not appear when Hiyuki did. As for Imeth, her also. She did not appear when Hiyuki was around at all. So I don't know where you saw that. Everything else is pretty much on par, I guess. But yeah, besides the Hiyuki acting like a mother to Chisa and Imeth and Grand Architect being a waifu, yeah, that's the things well, especially the Hiyuki part. That too is false because I don't remember her interacting with those two at all. And then Grand Architect is still 50-50. I played a 3.1 main quest and it literally made me cry. That is where I said that's gets you in the feels. The feels, it hits you hard because of the story itself. But a young adult cry over a game. Hey, if the story hits, the story hits, you know. Well, even the adults cried over it, and yeah, they can relate to it, especially if they have a child. If you put it that way, yeah. Especially it hits hard to Asian people, and I'm one of those people. Asian. Well, I'm Asian too. Nova is Asian too, but kind of curious. Why Asian people specifically? I don't essentially see the connection. I don't essentially see the connection if we're focusing on the Asian part of this, of what you said. Because I don't know. I'm also worried if my Phoebe DPS is still viable and clear the middle tower. Oh heck nah. Well, maybe yours, because you're. Well, like I said, it sounded like you were better. Well, not sounded. You were definitely better than me and Nova combined in combat and Wuwa. So maybe you can make something happen. But I'm just saying, heck nah, because even with the teams I had with the Hiyuki team, Imeth team. Well, Imeth is fine because she did clear the top half for me easily than the second half with Hiyuki or even with Yang Yang. So yeah, I wouldn't think that your Phoebe DPS would. I don't know if she'll be viable, but if it's you, maybe just based off what you said off you literally soloed these tacit holograms, so you'll probably be fine with Phoebe, I guess. Since last time I played Wuwa, she's struggling in middle tower, but still clears with 3 stars on both first and second floor and the middle tower. I also pulled Hiyuki when her banner released first day. I guess that's the last time you logged in then. And built her to level 90 and level up her talent to level 8 to 9. Though I just borrowed Carlo's Echo since I'm tired of Echo farming. I don't think those work on her as well. I'm gonna be honest. Because they have just been releasing a specific I don't know who to give it to. I just know Bubblegum Fellow. Oh, you know what? We'll give it to Tsurumoto Tsuyoshi. If you know, you know, obviously. And then Nova's gonna say the comment that makes it sound that makes it sound worse than it should. But yeah, because they've been releasing pretty much new echoes whenever a new character gets released, so then use Hiyuki to solo a hologram, Fallacy of No Return, level 100. I said last time I'll pull for Danio. Look at this guy. He cannot play for a while, pull a character, and go solo on a hologram. Pull for Dania from my I'm a Fusion Burst team. Well, I have a Fusion Burst team. It doesn't involve Chisa. And I got too impatient. After that, I didn't play the game. Also planning to pull for Yang Yang, but didn't happen since I didn't come back to the game, and didn't get the free Rebecca Cyberpunk collab. I think that's what happens when you don't come back to the game. I think that's what happens when you've been on and off with the game. You kind of just, the more you leave the game, the more you don't feel like you want to come back. Just saying. And there's too much spoiler on the internet. My immersion impressions is cooked if I came back like oof. That's I mean that's why if you don't want to get spoiled, if you don't want to get spoiled, or if you care about not getting spoiled, then the internet's is the worst thing to have. The internet is the worst thing to have if you don't want to get spoiled, which is why if you I think what you should have done is at least kept up with the story. If you didn't want to do anything else, I think just keeping up with the story would have just been fine for you. But other than that, you kind of put that on yourself. I'm gonna just keep it real. It's kind of on you. It's kind of on you. For I guess you dropped it like 3 times. 3-4 times maybe. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And then another reason I quit WoWa is that I got really addicted to reading manga, especially romance genre and dojin. I and I don't have the time to play a lot of games. So yeah, well, I think your time on games just went to your reading. It kind of reminds me of Eugen, where on his free time he's just watching, and I mean not watching, reading. So unless Eugen is engrossed in another game, like I'm assuming he is right now with Ragnarok, unless he, I don't know, I'm just assuming that's what he's doing because that was the last thing he mentioned. Haven't heard from him. Any updates? I haven't heard from Eugen with any updates about NTE, if he's done anything else, if he's played the events or anything like that. Heck, I don't even know if he tried, because he said he liked Arcane and Enfield, but I don't know if he even tried to play it because he said he couldn't download it for whatever reason. I don't know if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, just haven't heard from him in a while, but kind of sounds like a Eugen situation here. Where you're in your free time you're rather reading, and then yes, Uma's easy to play on the side, which is why it's to me an easy multitasking game. But I'm sticking to Uma since I can play it on my phone and still enjoy the game, not getting burnt out yet. And Wuwa on my phone can't play and enjoy. I need to open my PC to play the game. That is true. That is true. You do got to play on the PC. I don't know how. I don't know how you play these games on the phone except for like Starville, because Starville's turn based. I will say though, just don't let the RNG phase you, because I was surprised that you were, I guess, complaining about the RNG a year later. A year later of you starting to play the game, so don't let that get to you. Don't let that get to you. Just saying. Just saying. And then not burnt out yet since I still not claimed that CM and League of Heroes plat badge. So are you saying you're gonna get burnt out once you get it? Are you the type who gets comfortable after winning and then just start Chilling after that. Start getting complacent. Is that why you got tired of? Also got tired of Wuma? Were you too good at it? Essentially, beating everything with one character that you got complacent as well. And that's what it's starting to sound like to me. Like, what's gonna happen if you get your CM and League of Heroes win? What's gonna happen after that? starting to see some signs here. But other than that, let me refresh just in case. Other than that, thank you, Kazuki, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And then now is going to be comments from Nova. And, oh yeah. So I made it a plant one Shushu with Almond Eye and Stego doing the heavy lifting. I think for me it's been primarily Bubblegum Fellow. Because I do remember mainly just seeing her finishing it off, or winning the race, so. It's more like League of Heroes really is the chill part of Uma. My parents just left, so it's back to the grind for me. Hey, they were there for like a good month, huh? Something like that? That's cool. That's cool. NT limited events were kind of cool. I think the hide and seek one was the most comfortable one so far since I could just AFK and watch an anime. I didn't have much luck as the hunter, but I did win a lot as the hider. Well, the classroom was the easiest one since I don't think people know that I was a desk lamp the whole time. You can jump, so I figured that's the best option. As for the fishing, it was alright. Not much to say since I just got to level 7 and dipped. As for the auction event, it was kind of confusing at first, but I figured that I probably won't do as many runs on this mode, so I just grabbed all the rocks that I can get and bailed. Now just 33k and a dream for Zonko. 10 mil funds, but it's gone. Gonna be gone real soon. Alright. You do know having 33k means you can at least get away with 2 Zonkos if you have to go all the way to 90 twice. You do realize that, right? Because 90 is the cap and is guaranteed. So you're just basically doing what you do in Uma's is essentially panicking for no reason for your pulls, especially in NT when it's guaranteed. So I think it's unnecessary for you to be like this. Let alone if you're also, like you said, not planning to do any pulls on the I guess banner with the skins and the jet ski and all that. I guess you don't have to worry about more of your funds. So I mean, not your funds, I guess your rocks. I forgot what they were called. So I don't see why you're essentially panicking. Must I remind you that you got 2 Eroys? 2 Eroys when you were pulling for Eroy? On top of that, I can't even say I have half your pulls because I have like 10k maybe. So I don't know what you're talking about. No, this is why I will consistently call you the lucky mustard no matter what, because well, one, you did get 2 Eroys. Even though I did get my by 1 in my first 10 pull, you got 2 in yours. So I don't want to. I will say it, but Nova be the guy who's panicking about his pulls when he has no reason to pull. I'll panic for his pulls at the moment. At the moment is what I should say. So, As for the hide and seek, I almost won like a few of those hunter rounds. I just couldn't find the last person. On one of them I did get schmooved on. Like, this guy was in the classroom when he just kept moving left and right, all and around this trash can, I think, or whatever. And the funny thing about the classroom one, I was a soccer ball and I just literally stayed right behind one of those air conditioners on the corner of the classroom or in the office, one of those. But it is what it is. For the most part, yeah, as a hunter, a hider, it was mostly wins. And yeah. As for the fishing one, I just need to get the rest of the fishes. Although I don't think I'll sell them. I'm just because I it's the middle of the week. I normally wouldn't do any other city stamina besides deliveries until the end, so I think I'll just go for the fishes and see if it'll level me up anymore. If not, then it is what it is. And as for the auction one, yeah, that one I pretty much got the rocks and left also, because I'll be honest, there was no way I was gonna get the other rewards, but at the same time they didn't have any rocks, so it is what it is. I just wasn't feeling the auction event. Like, I did it, and that's it. I got what I need, and that's it. Don't know about HSR's lore, but I think all of Hoyo lore has a mix of comedy and seriousness. Actually, it's funny that some people in the HSR community are worried that collabing in Zenless will be a bad thing just because the Zenless model is pretty good already, but coming over to HSR means that some characters might not look so good. I mean, they might have a point since the whole art style models will have to fit HSRs if you ask me. I frankly do prefer Zenless for their models over HSR. I said Zenless was collabing with HSR, so HSR is going into Zenless. Because it was through the Zenless, at least the summary of the Zenless live stream where I saw this when I talked about this, so I don't know about Zenless going into Star Rail, but I said Star Rail going into Zenless. I didn't say the other way around. And I did mention how the Star Rail characters would have to get more, in a sense, more cartoony, because that's how it is, or like the motions and all that would be more flexible and cartoony. Because if you think about it, if Billy is a intelligent construct, you kind of think and you kind of think, oh, he's basically essentially a robot, right? How the heck is he this flexible? You know? So yeah, I think you should reverse it to where it's Star Rail going into Zenless, not Zenless going into Star Rail. Because that is how I said it. I didn't say Star Rail to Zenless. But yes, Hoyo lore does have a good mix of comedy and seriousness. I wouldn't say not as much in Genshin, especially the earlier days. Besides, I guess Paimon being emergency food. That's like literally literally probably the only thing I remembered from the early days of Genshin. Or besides like the slight comedic responses in Genshin. I feel like there's more now. Probably because they started doing it more in the other games. Because in Star Rail was when I started noticing that they were not only adding more comedic responses, but in a sense, I felt like they were also keeping up with the whatever's going on IRL, like kind of like the trends and all that with some of the responses, kind of like how Zenless was or is in a way. Which kind of gave me like more of a, I guess, enjoyed Star Rail a bit more because it kind of just made things a little bit more either if it's relatable, I guess relatable, more personable. I don't know if that's a freaking word or whatever, but it felt more, I don't know what the word I'm trying to look for. I guess easier to connect to depending on the responses. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But it got me to enjoy the Star Rail story a little bit more. What I do realize about the Star Rail story is unlike Genshin. This each arc primarily is just kind of just like a separate thing, whereas in Genshin you kind of just you could go back and forth. It's more, you know, connected in a sense. Whereas Star Rail, yes, you could say it is, but you don't really essentially talk about or go back to these places. Like you do go back for like side events and all that, but not essentially the main story. Like I never really went back to Bellabog, never really went back to the Shenzhou, never really went back to Penacony besides the showing the Firefly side. After the Euphorius story, they did that. Euphorius was just all Euphorius. Although Euphorius did get the people they have met before, like the Shenzhou and people like space station, heard of space station and all that, to get involved because it did concern the entirety of the world of Star Rail in a sense. But I would say that the most recent arc in Plan Arcadia was probably the one where they actually gave more lore in a sense. Lore as in we got to learn about Himiko, which also tied into the, I guess, the start of the Astral Express during Himiko's time. I don't want to really get into the story because it'll kind of just essentially spoil it. And then also the identity of of the, I guess, the Lord Ravager that we went against was revealed also in a sense, which is also interesting. And then also this would well, we also did get, well, we barely got any lore on March 7th, which I already told you that, Nova. One of the other characters, Dan Hung, we did get most of his lore, if not all his lore about his past in the arc in the Shenzhou. Not really much about the main character, the Trailblazer. If you want to count one of the characters from Penacony that joined the Astral Express Sunday, you kind of got his backstory in Penacony, if not most of his backstory in Penacony. And then we finally got probably the best backstory lore on one of the Astral Express characters in Himiko. The one I'm interested in is Welt, because I want to see what's his connection between Honkai Impact and how he got into Star Rail, because since the beginning I people has been saying that this is the same Welt from Honkai Impact, and there is evidence of it. He did say he was a teacher in the past, or in his world he was a teacher, and a lot of things just kind of just transferred over from Welt in a sense. And there's also like that collab between Star Rail and Impact where Sparkle ended up in, or Sparkle was released in Honkai Impact. So I would say that I don't think like the story and Star Rail, although it is essentially in the same universe and everything's going on the same, well, not at the same time, but going on same universe, it doesn't essentially feel like Genshin where you'll go back to certain places or anything like that and feel, something like that. I don't know, it just feels different from Genshin. It definitely feels different from how Genshin does their things, so we'll see. Asta says, I stopped caring about HSR lore a long time ago because I haven't understood what's going on there for ages. Like I said, the arc just focuses on the arc. It doesn't essentially build much upon the past stories, unless it involves a character. But other than that, if you understand what's going on in the arc, essentially you understand what's going on. At least that's how I see it. Unless they start mentioning the past and all that. Kind of like what they did in Plan Arcadia with Himiko. At least in Himiko's eyes and her lore. No, it says that's me with Kingdom Hearts lore. Asta says I agree with that. Kingdom Hearts is it's a whole different thing. But thank you, Asta, for replying. Appreciate it as always. I don't remember sports anime at all, but I do remember Prince of Tennis. I don't know why, but sports anime just don't captivate me. Then again, sports and mecha anime are the two genres that I don't look for at all, honestly. And it's kind of funny that there's this one true crime anime that's been the king since my childhood, and that anime is Detective Conan. Well, I've heard of that. I would say that, well, the main reason why I connect to sports anime is because I used to play sports. So I felt like it was an easier connection for me on that. On that end. So yeah, I feel like that's one of the main factors. Although I'm pretty sure there are a lot of anime people or people who watch anime who don't do sports and they still get into it, probably just for the hype. Because I'm pretty sure people who got into Blue Lock probably were either into sports anime, like myself, or played sports, or I don't know. I feel like a good portion of it basically was just hype, and they didn't have no sports background. So that's what I'm trying to say. At least that's how I see it. Because at the same time, having played sports in the past could possibly deter you from it, depending. Because obviously, anime. One of my closest friend that I've mentioned in the past, he for some odd reason he loves basketball like I do, and he has played volleyball or likes volleyball, but he refuses to watch either Haikyuu or any like basketball anime for whatever reason. And I'm just here like, well, it is what it is, I guess. As for mecha anime, I'm kind of just neutral, I guess. I don't really look to watch for it, but if it happens, it happens. If it happens, it happens. I did uninstall my LD player the other day and it felt good. I don't think I'll have any gachas in the near future that will be on the phone exclusively. Obviously, I'm keeping Uma on my phone as a backup since DMM can be effed up sometimes for no reason. Well, Uma's in my tablet. It used to be on my phone, but I wanted to clear it up out of my phone. But it's funny because I still have Uma on my phone on the global side. How does Kazuki's alt have that many rocks to spare? It's actually unbelievable. That's a good question since he's mainly on his main account, obviously, and he's only doing polls. So, yeah, I don't understand either. We'll have him explain that. Kazuki got to play just one gacha. I doubt he'll last with 3 or more gachas. Actually, that's what it sounds like. That's probably because if he didn't only play one gacha, then he'd probably be able to play Wu on the side or anything if he didn't get burnt out for whatever reason, he says. But it does seem like he can only play one gacha if he gets easily burnt out. I say easily, but if he gets burnt out, I should say, or will eventually get burnt out. Yeah, I don't think he'll be able to play multiple gachas. Personal opinion. You could correct me if I'm, or you could correct us if we're wrong, Kazuki. But that's just how I see it. At least the impression I'm getting. And being in Plat 2 with 5 more tickets. Yeah, we're not gonna make it a Plat 4 at all. At all. I think the $30 price tag for the skin is fair. I've seen worse, to be honest, but if I have to say a great price for skins would be around $15 to $20. Agreed. The only insane price for gacha skins is Nikki being $60 per limited skin. Well, I did say that was ridiculous when you did first mention it the first time, and let alone you still went for it. I have decided not to get the Shinku skin. Because And I just decided not to get the Shinku skin. I decided not to get the Iroi skin because from the button shop in the 999 nights, essentially one of the skins you get from there is pretty freaking similar to the paid skin, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll take that as a win for me. As for Shinku, although I do really want I don't know, I might end up getting it still. I did say decided, but that was because when I looked at it earlier during dailies, I was like, yeah, I don't think I want to get it because of Zonko coming up. But if I miss out on this, I'll be missing out on the slight discount that it has. Instead of, paying for, like, was it 3,000 something? Instead of 2,000 something. And I'm kind of here like, but Zonko might have one, and I'll probably be using Zonko more than Shinku. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. A lot of gacha stories is what made me stay, but Mongo so far has been eh. Well, I stayed there mostly because it's relaxing and characters be doing things to my hormones, man. I get you. I wouldn't say... I'd say the story so far, I mean, it being still like in the 1.x series, I mean, we kind of just gotta say it how we've been saying it for all these other gachas in the 1.x patches. The beginning is gonna be what it is. Story was. We start judging it normally based on towards the end of the arc or towards the end of the 1.x, because normally that's where it gets better, at least story wise. That or the beginning of 2.x patches, right? At least that's how I see it. But I do see what the characters do, because yesterday I fully caught up. I did everything with the whole Mabel event. I did the quests, and then where you were Flare and Reina, and you basically went around finishing her mission with Mabel, and then I did her event story on all of that. And that mini game, when you get guilty, when I first saw it, I was like, they purposely did that. They purposely did that. I'm just like, yeah. I see it. And then, oh yeah, I came back during Grandmasters and it was fire then. Lark blew me away. Probably the peak of Uma for me as a person returning to Uma. Yeah, I don't know. If people starts complaining after Grand Live at this point, I'm just gonna say it's global being global again, because I never really had a good impression on global gacha communities, because it's just always the same thing. It's just always the same thing with them. And then Kazuki did add another comment saying, ended up in Plat 3 today. I just hope that there's still 2 more days for 10 tickets. I'm fairly certain it ends tonight. Not ends tonight, but tomorrow night. Because tonight should be the final day. So 5 more tickets. 5 more tickets. But other than that, thank you, Kazuki, and thank you, Nova, for the comments. And also, Asta for replying to one of Nova's comments. But with that being said, guys, tomorrow, well, it looks like we might just end up in Plat 3. Might, and that's fine. That's actually fairly normal for me. I actually thought I was going to do worse than that, so I'll take it as a win. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let me know how you guys are doing in your League of Heroes runs attempts. I am currently in Plat 2. And if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined our Discord server, link is down in the description down below. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again. And as always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.